What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the other end of leptin. Last video we talked about leptin. Today we're going to talk about the other end of the spectrum, which is ghrelin. What is ghrelin and what role does it play in you losing weight and gaining weight? And how does it affect you? Weight loss can be tough, but maintaining your weight loss after you get it off can be even harder than the whole process it was to get the weight off to begin with. So you've worked hard, you've cut your calories, you've done your cardio, you've done all the work, you've lost all your weight. Now the hard part is maintaining it after you've lost that weight and fighting off those crazy cravings that you have for all this food. Research has shown that a lot of dieters regain all the weight that they have lost within 1 year. A lot of people can get weight off. Many people can go on a diet and successfully get the weight off, but the percentage of people that can get the weight off and keep it off for the rest of their life is very, very, very low. When you gain all the weight back, what causes that is your appetite and your body's hormones trying to get everything regulated again. Your hormones will try to get your body to maintain and even regain all that body fat and weight that you lost. Ghrelin levels increase during a diet and make it harder to diet and make it harder to get the weight off and make it even harder to lose the weight because your ghrelin levels go up and you're so hungry. And as you're dieting, your fat cells are shrinking and your leptin levels are going down. When your leptin levels go down, your ghrelin levels go up. Here's some information about ghrelin and how we can keep it in check. Ghrelin is produced in the gut. It's also known as the hunger hormone. It travels through your bloodstream and goes to your brain and tells your brain, hey, I'm hungry, let's eat some food. Let's go get some pizza. Let's go get some wings. Let's go get some fries. Let's get some more of that ice cream. It affects your sleep. It affects your taste sensation. And it affects your carbohydrate metabolism. This hormone is produced by your stomach and it gets released when your stomach is empty. It's just a reminder. It's how it tells your body, hey, we need to eat. The higher levels of ghrelin you have, the hungrier you get. So when you're starving, you know your ghrelin is at peak levels. The lower your levels of ghrelin get, the less hungrier you feel, and the easier it is to eat less calories. So if you want to lose weight, you've got to lower your ghrelin levels as much as possible. Also, on the other hand, if you have trouble gaining weight, ghrelin is something that can help you to gain weight and put on some more mass. A lot of times when we're bulking and we're eating and we're stuffing our face with all these calories because we have a certain goal weight that we want to get to, our ghrelin levels go down. That's why when you're in this bulking phase, you can't even look at food. You don't want to eat anymore. And it gets harder and harder to put on muscle the bigger we get or the longer period of time that we're in this bulking phase. Ghrelin levels rise just before a meal, right before you eat, and then after you eat, they quickly fall. A lot of studies have shown that obese people don't necessarily have higher ghrelin levels than people who are not as obese. What's going on is they're just more sensitive to the hormone. In fact, some research has shown that their levels are actually lower than leaner people. Other studies show that obese people have an overly active ghrelin receptor. Regardless of how much body fat you have, ghrelin levels still increase and make you hungry when you start a diet. This is the natural response that's created by your body that tries to help you survive and tries to keep you from going into starvation. During a diet, your appetite increases and your leptin levels start to drop because your fat cells start to lose the amount of fat that are in them, so therefore your leptin levels go down. When you're dieting, your metabolic rate also starts to decrease slightly as well. Your metabolic rate really starts to decrease when you restrict calories for a long time. That's why you hit a plateau. That's why you can't just drop your calories super low and expect to just lose all the weight. And that's why you get stuck at a plateau, because your body is fighting you. For obvious reasons, these adaptations can make it way harder to lose weight and it's harder to maintain that weight loss. Your hormones, as we can see, as everything we just talked about, will try to adjust to regain all that weight that you just lost. Bottom line, ghrelin levels will increase if you're on a diet and it makes it that much harder to lose weight. You're fighting against your hormones. When you first start a diet, your ghrelin levels will start to go up probably on the first day. There's one study that showed during a 6-month bodybuilding diet, ghrelin levels increased by 40%. So you can imagine, that's why us bodybuilders, we get hangry. So don't blame us. It's not our fault. We're just hangry. It's just our ghrelin, and we're fighting against it. So have some sympathy. So what can we do to fight back against ghrelin? Number one, avoid weight extremes. Both obesity and anorexia affect ghrelin levels big time. Prioritize your sleep. You have to get sleep. So you need to do a little bit of digital detox before you go to bed and stop scrolling through IG and Facebook and all this other stuff before you go to bed. Ghrelin is affected by your sleep. It causes hunger and weight gain. When you get bad sleep, you get hungry, and when you get hungry, you increase your calorie intake because you start eating more, and then you gain more weight. Increase your muscle mass. Higher amounts of body mass and having more muscle on your body are associated with lower levels of ghrelin. So eat more protein, work out, take supplements, be healthy. Eat a high protein diet. You have to make sure you're taking in enough protein. Protein makes you feel full. You've got to eat the right foods. If you feel full, if you're eating the right amount of protein, this causes your ghrelin levels to go down. That's why it's important to keep track of what you're eating. Eat the right amounts of protein, carbs, and fats. So in other words, don't be lazy. Extreme weight loss. Extreme weight loss makes your ghrelin levels go through the roof. Stop trying to do extreme weight loss. I keep trying to tell you over and over and over, extreme weight loss doesn't work. So you can't do that, okay? So that's out the window. Lose weight slowly and do it correctly. Healthy weight loss is 1/2 pound to 2 pounds per week. Can you lose more weight than that? Yes, I'm not saying you can't. You can lose more than 2 pounds per week, but can you successfully get more than 2 pounds per week off and keep it off for the rest of your life? How about that one? Cycle your calories. You can't just keep taking in the same amount of calories over and over and over. This is another reason why you're stuck at that plateau. So you need to bring your calories back up and then slowly bring them back down. Not just drop them, slowly taper them back down. Otherwise, if you drop your calories to a certain amount, your body's gonna adapt, and your metabolism is gonna adapt, and your hormones are gonna adapt to that as well, and your body's gonna try to regulate and gain that weight back. You've got to throw your body off and trick your body a little bit by taking in different amounts of calories. That's how we successfully lose fat. That's how we successfully lose weight. If you're stuck at a plateau, you might need to bring your calories up a little bit and start to drop them back down. Bottom line, ghrelin is a very, very important hormone, and we can't ignore it, okay? It's not always about, willpower or being weak. Yes, we have to have self-discipline. We have to be strong. We have to have desire. We have to try hard. We have to work hard. I'm not making excuses for that. However, we cannot ignore the fact that there are hormones, and hormones play a big role in your weight loss, and we cannot ignore these. Make sure that your method of weight loss doesn't have a negative effect on your hormones. So where does that leave us? At the bottom line, at the end of the day, no matter what, be responsible, take up personal responsibility. So one way that we can fight against ghrelin is by choosing to eat the right foods, setting aside time to meal prep, making sure that we're eating every 2 to 3 hours. I'm not saying that by doing these things, weight loss is gonna be easy, and having self-discipline and having a disciplined lifestyle, everything's gonna the weight's just gonna magically fall off and everything's gonna be so easy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that ghrelin is there, we can't ignore that, and we have to do everything that we can to combat that hormone so we can successfully get the weight off, so we can successfully get the body fat off and try to keep it off for the rest of our lives. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe down below and hit that like button. Until next time.